Hello, Internet. Happy Hump Day. How is everyone this evening? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Some somber news, but yeah, there's a mass shooting. But you know what? I don't even want to call it a mass shooting. They're conflating mass shootings and shootouts between, this looks like a gang violence type shootout thing at the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City. So there's that. Then, yeah, we got plenty of shenanigans. Oh, Scarlett wants to say hi to you. You gonna say hi or what? All right. Okay, everybody. Sorry for the interruption, but you know the routine. Scarlett has to say hi to everyone. I got her a sweater, but it's too small. All right. Can you go lay down, please? Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. All right, folks, let's get into some things. So, yeah, we got the Kansas City shooting. We've got, the national security threat that we're being told about. They're trying to put migrants in people's homes. We'll get into that a little bit. And we got some regular shenanigans out of San Francisco. So, all right. Well, hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday. Wally World, nice to see you. If you guys are over there on the X platform, let me know if I'm live. It looks like I am. All right, let's get right into some stuff. So we'll go over to Raw's alerts first. That's where I first heard about this. So, yeah, Kansas City shooting. We'll just get right into it. Looks like around 9 or 10 people are shot. I think one person is dead. I think kids were shot. So, yeah, this is from Raw's alerts. This is from noon. So this is quite old, but gunfire erupts at the end of the Chiefs Super Bowl. Currently, numerous law enforcement and other authorities and military officials are responding to multiple shots fired at or inside Union Station following the Chiefs Super Bowl victory rally taking place in Kansas City, Missouri. Crowds of Chiefs fans can be seen running in panic, and police are seen asking everyone to avoid this area. The situation is developing, so there's just tons of footage like this coming out. Just pretty chaotic. And from everything I can gather, there's multiple people taken into custody. This looks like a shootout. We're definitely waiting for more information, but we'll go over to let's watch this clip. This is somebody was doing a live, it was like this BBC coverage, and of when you can hear gunshots very faintly in the background. You see people running, starting to panic, and yeah, you can tell the reporter realizes something's going on. Oops, I didn't even. Sorry, guys. I'll actually share the tab with you and play the video this time.
Guys. Something's going on. Something's going on, guys.
All right. So there's that one. Let me change my audio really quick here. Stand by, folks. Sometimes I forget to do this before the stream starts, and it bugs me if I don't do it. I don't think you guys hear an echo, but it bothers me because I feel like there would be a chance that you'd hear an echo if I didn't change that setting. All right, so there's that quick clip, and then It looks like they tackled one of the shooters. So one of the shooters was running away, and a bunch of fans tackled him and waited for cops to get there. So there's this guy. So sorry, headphone users. That yeah, it looks like they tackled him and held him until the police got there. You guys, my dog's been just grabbing stuff and taking it away lately, and I just found this next to her dog bed. She stole the mustard, you guys. She stole the mustard. I don't know how she got it. She can't reach the counter. How did she get the mustard? I'm really confused now. This is really bothering me. How did my dog get the mustard, you guys? I'm puzzled. I'm really puzzled. I don't know how she got the mustard. Did I drop the mustard off the counter and she picked it up? Scarlett, you're not supposed to take the mustard. Okay? Go lay down. Sorry about the interruption, folks. It's just my dog steals mustard, apparently. All right, we'll continue. So here's some images of the suspects. Well, the people that were taken into custody. So here's image number 1. Okay. It's got a Patrick Mahomes jersey on. All right. Image number 2. Image number 2. Okay. Image number 3. And image number 4. So, okay. Those are images of the, I guess, 4 suspects. 5 people. 5 people are in custody, including 1 more that was arrested at the Westin about 30 minutes ago. Okay. Okay, this is the guy caught at the Westin. Okay. Okay, why are 5? So when people hear mass shooter, this is what people hear mass shooter, they think Columbine type something. Every time someone hears the term mass shooter, you think of somebody going into a building and just unloading on people. You don't think gang shootouts or, yeah, I'm going to assume this was a gang shootout. Like there's 5 people taken into custody, probably multiple people firing. This wasn't 5 people went in and started shooting a bunch of people. You'd have a lot more people dead. But so let's go to Brian Krasenstein, see how he spins this. I haven't even read this yet. I just knew it was going to be a good one. So Brian Krasenstein says, as we have unfortunately found out yet again in Kansas City today, guns are the problem. Oh, first sentence, just right off the bat. Unfreaking believable. All right, Brian, who stopped the guys? Well, the one guy got tackled by citizens. Who took them into custody? Guys with guns, right? If it doesn't matter that they got a badge on. If somebody wants to, criminals don't follow gun laws. Obviously, I'm going to assume these guys didn't have these guns legally purchased, and you're probably not supposed to carry weapons into whatever facility this happened in. Well, maybe that's the inherent problem, because if there are good guys, yes, good guys do carry guns too. Well, they are the ones that obey laws and don't carry them if they're not allowed to. These guys don't. So right off the bat, first thing he says, as we have unfortunately found out yet again, Kansas City today, guns are the problem. He says, today Kansas City joins the thoughts and prayers list with Parkland, Sandy Hook, Orlando, and countless other. No, bull. You're making this sound like somebody walked in and started unloading on innocent civilians when this is likely a gang shootout. And then he says, yes, gang violence is the problem. Yes, mental health is a problem. Yes, ignorance is a problem. This isn't a mass shooting. This is something different. This is such propaganda and such spin. It's so freaking frustrating. Okay. If gang shootouts, if you're going to conflate them and call them mass shootings, and you're going to call for gun control, go control the gang's guns first. Go confiscate those weapons that are already illegal, and then we can talk about how you still can't have my guns. This, like, what point are you trying to make here? That there was a gang shootout in Kansas City today, so guys like me and my buddies have to go turn in our ARs? Is that what you're going to say here? It was probably done with pistols too. Like, that's the thing. What were the firearms? What are you calling for here, Brian? It's like, specifically, what are you calling for? Are you calling for more gun-free zones? This is probably a gun-free zone. These guys probably weren't allowed to carry those firearms. They probably had extended magazines in them. What are you calling for? Like, it just, guns are the problem. So every time people say this, what the only logical conclusion that you can draw is that they think guns should be turned in and confiscated. Nobody should be allowed to have guns. That is impossible. It's not ever going to happen in the United States because of the sheer volume of guns we have here. I don't think people can possibly fathom how many guns are in America. And just I believe it's 1.5 or 2 guns per American, just the legal guns that people that they know about. That there's so many illegal guns on the streets. I don't know what he's calling for here. It's so freaking triggering. They want to take every single time there's a high profile shooting and try to call for some sort of gun control when he doesn't say what he's calling for here either. Let's read his whole thing. As we have unfortunately found out yet again in Kansas City today, guns are the problem. Today, Kansas City joins the thoughts and prayers list with Parkland, Sandy Hook, Orlando, and countless other American cities that experience mass shootings. Yes, gang violence is a problem. Yes, mental health is a problem. Yes, ignorance is a problem. Oh, you little turd. But so too are the effing guns. No, by no means am I asking for new laws that will outright ban all guns. Okay, what are you asking for, Brian? What I am asking for are common sense regulations so that America doesn't stand out from virtually every other developed country in gun deaths. Are you going to get specific here? What regulation would have stopped this? Other than open carry or concealed carry, constitutional carry. Would less people have died here if a good citizen that otherwise would have been carrying wasn't carrying because this is a gun-free zone? What are you calling for? I'm actually making a suggestion. I'm saying that constitutional carry should be the law of the land everywhere, and that will reduce gun violence overall. A well-armed society is a polite society. That's my solution. That's what I'm saying. What is your solution? What suggestion are you making? Be specific. Common sense gun laws. You're such a little propagandist. You're not asking for anything. You little twerp. You're so frustrating. Okay. So by no means am I asking for new laws that will outright ban all guns. What I am asking for is common sense regulations so that America doesn't stand out from virtually every other developed country in gun deaths. It would be awesome to take on gang violence and mental health as well. Gang violence is the majority of gun violence. Brian, you moron. What are you trying to say? That I should have to turn in my weapons? It's common sense gun reform. Okay, don't shoot people. Pretty common sense. These are already gun laws. These common sense gun laws that you talk about, like don't shoot people, they already exist. Gun-free zones aren't common sense. They are a restriction. Gun-free zones are an infringement. And they make everyone less safe. Guns don't hop out of their holster and just start shooting people. So frustrating. It's so freaking frustrating. People talk about, if I see somebody open carrying, I freak out and I walk. I saw somebody say earlier, like, if I see somebody open carrying, I up and walk out of the store. Okay, well, that's why a lot of people conceal carry. People have no idea how many guns they're surrounded by all the time. People that aren't supposed to be carrying them, that are carrying them. All right. I'm sorry. I'll continue. So frustrating. And some other guy. So this, some sports ball guy, Rich Eisen, got like 1 million something followers. 9 children who went to a parade to celebrate the Super Bowl team. 9 children now being treated for gunshot wounds. We are going to collectively realize there's a gun problem in our country and do something sensible for our kids. Again, just more vagaries, no actual suggestions of what we should do. My suggestion: end all gun-free zones, constitutional carry for everyone. Those are my actual specific suggestions. I'm at least making some. All you're doing is virtue signaling. People shouldn't shoot people. We need common sense gun reform. You're not saying anything. You're not saying anything at all. Frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay. So Chiefs fan tackled suspected shooter, identified 44-year-old Sahil Omar, who was arrested by KCPD, Kansas City Police Department. Breaking active shooter at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade in Kansas City has been identified as 44-year-old Sahil Omar. I saw somebody say he was here illegally. I don't know if that's true, but so if that's the case as well, if this guy was here illegally, so Brian, you're not saying any suggestions on how to have stopped this. If we enforced border policy, if we got rid of sanctuary city policies, which aren't really a thing, they're just open borders, sanctuary cities, sanctuary states, all that kind of crap. If that was, it's not legal. They're not, it's open borders is all sanctuary cities are. And we just stopped. We are incentivizing the border invasion. And then if we talked to the UN and said, hey, are you guys organizing a border invasion to our country? Like, maybe that would have stopped this shooting. Like, all sorts of Democrat policies create problems like this. And then when these problems occur, you go and call for stuff like common sense gun reform. When you're not actually calling for anything, you're not making a suggestion. When other people are like, yeah, we need to get rid of gun-free zones. We need to make constitutional carry a thing. We need to enforce our border laws. We need to get rid of sanctuary state policies. All of those things I just listed are specific things that would help make this problem less. And it's all this stuff falls on deaf ears. This isn't rocket science. None of the stuff I'm saying is rocket science. Sorry, guys. It's just so freaking frustrating. I know a lot of you guys are with me on this. All right, so you know what? Let's check in on the chat. How are we doing, folks? I'll stop venting for a minute here. Let's see. Sestro Spotlight. Way too early to claim gangs, says my false flag. I mean, I'm just going by... I'm making a judgment going by the arrest photos. It's young. The older guy was 44 or whatever. And I saw somewhere, I thought he was here from San Salvador, but I mean, this to me looks like a shootout. Okay. Yeah. Maybe they weren't gangs, but they were people with guns that got in a gunfight. That's what it looks like to me. And bystanders got hit. So that's what it looks like to me. Wally World, no echo. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. If the mustard costs less than $950, Scarlett won't be charged. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Scarlett won't be in trouble anyway. She knows it. Most mass shootings are inner city gangs. Yeah. They classify mass shootings all stupid. It's super frustrating. All right, let's go back. All right, that's all I got on the shooting crap. So we'll stop sharing that one. Yeah, let's talk about our national security, shall we? Let's see here. Yeah. Quiet night tonight. Guys must be out and about. All right, let's see here. You know what? Oops. Sorry, folks. Okay. Let's go over to Simon Atiba here. So earlier this morning, we got news. Let's just go to Simon Atiba here. He says, breaking, America in danger. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan addresses House GOP Intelligence Chair Mike Turner's warning of a potentially serious national security threat. Says he can't say anything publicly. Watch. Okay.
Before you came out, Congressman Mike Turner issued a statement saying that President Biden should declassify intelligence related to a, quote, serious national security threat. What can you say about the threat and what the administration plans to do?
So first, I reached out earlier this week to the Gang of Eight to offer myself up for a personal briefing to the Gang of Eight. And in fact, we scheduled a briefing for the 4 House members of the Gang of Eight tomorrow. That's been on the books. So I am a bit surprised that Congressman Turner came out publicly today in advance of a meeting on the books for me to go sit with him alongside our intelligence and defense professionals tomorrow. That's his choice to do that. All I can tell you is that I'm focused on going to see him, sit with him, as well as the other House members of the Gang of Eight tomorrow. And I'm not in a position to say anything further from this podium at this time, other than to make the broad point that this administration has gone further and in more creative, more strategic ways dealt with the declassification of intelligence in the national interest of the United States than any administration in history. So you definitely are not going to find an unwillingness to do that when it's in our.
I talked about it briefly last night, but if you guys haven't looked into this whole missing binder, this potentially missing binder that it looks like that might have been the intent behind raiding Mar-a-Lago, was looking for this missing binder that showed all sorts of very damning stuff about Obama using for the Five Eyes intelligence agencies to spy on Trump, to spy on the Trump campaign. There's some hot info coming out on that. Michael Schellenberger's been covering it on his Substack, so you guys should check that out. Just popped into my brain really quick.
National security interests to do so. At the same time, we of course have to continue to prioritize and focus very much on the issue of sources and methods. We'll do that. Ultimately, these are decisions for the president to make. But in the meantime, the most important thing is we have the opportunity to sit in a classified setting and have the kind of conversation with the House intelligence leadership that I, in fact, had scheduled before Congressman Turner went out today. Yeah.
But just to be clear, Turner calls this an urgent matter with regard to a destabilizing foreign military capability. Are you aware that there is an emerging serious threat here that he's referring to?
Again, I'll just say that I personally reached out to the Gang of Eight. It is highly unusual, in fact, for the National Security Advisor to do that. I did that to set up a meeting. The Senate's not here. The 4 House members have agreed to that meeting. This is well before Congressman Turner came out today. We'll have that conversation tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything further.
But do you believe that this is about the same thing? When you set up that meeting to reach out to them, were you intending to discuss this matter?
Well, I'll leave it to you to draw whatever.
Why? Why are you so vague on this? This administration, it seems like they're so much worse than any other administration, which just being insanely wishy-washy about everything that they say.
Or connections you want. All I can say is I reached out to see Turner. Turner's gone out publicly. I'm going to go see Turner tomorrow. That's where I want to leave things for today. Yeah.
What a turd. All right. Let's go back over to silly Brian Krasenstein. This might be the same part of the same clip I just played, but he says, silly Krasenstein says, more details about the national security threat that Congressman Mike Turner came out about today, requesting that the information be declassified. Here's everything we know. Sorry, he's just such a little propagandist that I'm just always curious how he's going to spin whatever it is. According to CNN, the threat is related to Russia and is very sensitive. According to CNN, okay, and it's in fact highly concerning and destabilizing. Okay, so okay, all right. So CNN's reporting that Russia there's some highly concerning national security news threats regarding Russia that are very sensitive. Okay. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan scheduled a meeting with the Gang of Eight tomorrow to discuss this threat. Okay, whatever. He just said that. We're not even going to play that video. Okay, let's see what Jackie Heinrich has to say about this. So this is from Colin Rogue. He says, breaking the national security threat brought forward by House Intel Committee Chair Mike Turner is reportedly a breakthrough with Russia's space technology. Oh, they got the space lasers. The space lasers are coming, guys. What convenient timing, he says. The discovery was revealed by Fox News. This has to do with the threat related to space. This has to do with a threat related to space. It has to do with an emerging capability from Russia that would be of grave seriousness, potentially. The threat is not immediate. The development conveniently comes at the House as the House considers passing $61 billion aid package for Ukraine. Okay, let's watch this quick clip. That's so funny. I just don't believe anything, especially CNN saying it's Russia. Everything's so stupid. It's a space threat, guys. It's a space threat. Are you guys sold? You guys sold? I'm convinced. So stupid. All right. We'll keep going here. So, okay, they're calling it a destabilizing military capability. Let's see here. Let's see what Fox News has to say. It's Fox News, guys, so grain of salt here.
It talked about this urgent matter with regard to a destabilizing.
Sorry, guys, I'm an idiot. I'll start that over.
All right, I want to bring you some new developments in this story we're following on Capitol Hill, where the intelligence chairman, the House Intel chairman, Mike Turner, is trying to get some intelligence released to the American public about an urgent security matter. And apparently a notice was sent to all congressional members in which it talked about this urgent matter with regard to a destabilizing foreign military capability that should be known by all congressional policymakers. We're still trying to dig into what foreign military threat they're talking about. We're still working on that. Our reporters are making calls right now, but we're following the story very, very closely because, as John called it, very ominous what's happening here, the sharing of information.
Yeah.
All right. So CNN and Fox News seem to be saying the same thing. So my spidey sense is immediately up. All right. So Mindy Robinson over here on Twitter says there's no imminent national security threat from Russia. The only thing Americans need to fear is that our corrupt federal government will commit yet another false flag on the American people to justify an unpopular war so that the military industrial complex can profit. Okay, she just links Mike Turner's statement. Okay, so that's from Mindy Robinson. All right. I don't want to play this whole video, but this was actually maybe I'll play this tomorrow. It's because I kind of do want to play this whole video for you guys. It's this head of the Butler County Sheriff's Department, but he's talking about how the head of, like, I guess the United States has like a sheriff's, it's not a sheriff's union, but it's like the head of the sheriffs for like the entire country. It represents, all the sheriffs. And they've been trying to meet with Biden. He's refusing. And they met with the FBI. And he's saying that Chris, sorry, I'm blanking on his name right now, but the head of the FBI told him straight up that there is an imminent threat. So yeah, I'm not gonna play this right now. Maybe I'll play this whole thing tomorrow. In fact, yeah, you know what? Here, I'll pop this one out, put it in a different window, and share it tomorrow. Let me do something here. Yeah, we'll watch this whole video tomorrow. We'll just go over it. In the meantime, we'll keep plugging away here because I have some other stuff that I want to get into, and I've already talked for over half an hour, and that's longer than I wanted to. So, all right, let's start talking about not the border, but the illegal immigration situation, because we most certainly have one. We've already talked about it a little bit, but we'll talk about it more. They're asking people to take migrants into their homes now. Hey, Pete Grabber, nice to see you. Thank you, Terry Wallace. I know I keep screwing up sharing the videos tonight. I'm off my game. I apologize. Let's see here. All right, let's go to Boston. So this is the governor of Massachusetts, I believe, asking private citizens to take migrants into their homes. I'm sure many of you guys are aware of this. Some of you might not be, but yeah, they're asking people now. Shelters are overflowing, so they set up a program that people can sign up for to take migrant families into their homes.
Most importantly, if you have
I don't want to use their terminology. They can take illegal immigrants into their homes. They can aid and abet fugitives.
Extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family. If you're a local official, a college president, a business owner, or a faith leader with an available building or space in your community, please work with us to offer it as a shelter site. If you're a social service provider, please consider becoming an emergency assistance homeless shelter.
So my biggest problem with all of this is she's asking for resources right now. She's asking the community for buildings, for shelter, for people. Does Boston not have homeless? Does Boston not have veterans that are on the streets? Where people are getting infuriated with all of this because we are not only taking care of migrants, they're giving them an absurd amount of stuff. There's the one interview going viral of the guy's like, yeah, it's a nice hotel. They give us 3 meals a day. We got, a debit card that we could buy stuff with. He's got nice clothes on. It's really insane what we're doing for people that are not from here, have never put into the system. And a lot of people try to say that migrants pay more in taxes than Americans. I don't know where people are getting this from, but show me some numbers, because that is complete and utter hogwash. The people that are kind of that are trying to say that crap. So we'll continue with the video.
Provider. Our resources are stretched thin there as well. And if you're a hotel or a motel owner, consider opening it up for emergency assistance.
Emergency assistance for non-citizens that are here illegally, not citizens that we could be taking care of that are Americans.
If you're a landlord or a property owner, we can use you too and connect you with service providers to help transition families into permanent housing. Everyone has something they can offer.
Unbelievable. Yeah, everyone out is. There's so many Americans that are hurting a ton right now. People that are on the verge of homelessness because they are having to decide between food and paying their electricity. So many people out there right now it's harder than it's ever been. And we're seeing people that are not from here coming here illegally being just handed everything. People are noticing and people are getting very mad. All right, let's go to this affluent white liberal woman that is overly excited about this program.
Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family. It took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of four who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and two kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories.
Colin and Jessica Stokes.
B says, oh, V1800, nice to see you. Why haven't you taken in homeless veterans, you guys? I feel for any family that is on tough times. But people are being tricked into coming here. This is an organized effort to get people to come here. And people are being duped. They're realizing like, hey, this isn't what we were promised when we came here. This organized invasion of our country is intentional. And now they're asking citizens to basically foot the bill like we weren't already. All right, let's continue. So let's jump across the pond. So this is from Concerned Citizen here. And I guess UK homeowners to house illegal migrants. In Britain, homeowners are receiving CPOs, compulsory purchase orders, so their home can be redistributed to migrants. In America, people are being asked to open their doors to also house migrants. Do you see where this is heading yet? So let's watch this quick video here.
So this letter was from the council, and you got this on the 12th of January. You moved in November, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you got this letter, and just spell out what this
That's bold of you to be wearing that tie, sir.
letter says.
That letter says that because the property is derelict, that they can compulsory purchase it. If there's any repairs to be done in it, they could take it off the price of the property.
Yeah.
And these properties are for migrants.
It's
what they want these houses for.
Extraordinary, isn't it? And how did you feel when you got a letter? You moved into your new wonderful home, you settle down, law-abiding citizens, and you get a compulsory purchase order from the council accusing you of occupying a derelict home. How did you feel when you got this?
After paying $200,000 for it, we didn't feel very well.
No.
So to me, this sounds very much like eminent domain. And they're saying that their property is derelict, and then whatever damage there is to the property, they can take that off the price. So the government's like, here, this is what we're going to offer you for your property. You have to take it. Not offer. This is what we're going to pay you for your property. Get the hell off. This is what we're going to give you. And I guess they offered them $200,000.
Must have been one hell of a shock, mustn't it?
It was an awful shock. And when I got that, I felt sick. When we went down to the council the day we got that letter after we read it. And the lady in there, she said, don't worry about it. It's just a standard letter.
We have been so hollowed out as a nation We've turned our backs entirely on the territorial integrity of this country to the point where it's become standard to repossess houses.
But why is this always that it's for the immigrant and not the indigenous population?
Well, veterans are sleeping rough.
Yeah.
16,000
In
veterans.
terrible weather.
Absolutely.
They can't get put in hotels or on a bibby stock home.
There is a daylight.
So it's interesting. This is another Western country, and this exact same thing is happening, just a little different, but exact same thing.
Charity, daylight center charity in Wellingborough, which looks after homeless people who are sleeping rough, and they spend £630 per annum per head. Illegal migrants get paid £50,000. They get spent on them £50,000 per annum per head. And here we have the evidence of it in this letter. They wanted your lovely new home.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, what do you... All right, let's keep going. So then let's hop over to Ireland here. So this is from Gerard Delaney. Why does Ireland government absolutely hate Irish indigenous people? They bring hundreds of thousands of economic migrants and refugees into the country, give them homes and resources, and then turn their backs on their own. The answer is the United Nations Agenda 21. So this guy's saying the same things happen in Ireland. Exact same thing. Exact same thing that's happening in America, that's happening in England, that's happening in France.
This is Dublin. Well, folks, negative video here. I'm talking to this homeless man in the wheelchair here. That's his tent. This is absolutely disgraceful, people. One of our own, bound to a wheelchair.
So you got, at a certain point, I mean, Western countries, Ireland, France, England, the United States, Italy, the Netherlands, all the exact same thing is happening. An organized effort to flood these countries with people that are not from the countries. This is happening on a massive scale, and it requires massive resources and massive organization. You guys, this is a global conspiracy. And the funny thing is, if you say something like that, you say, if this was a global conspiracy, there'd be so many people would be talking about it. So many people would be saying things about it. Yeah, so many people are saying things about it. This Agenda 21 thing. There's books written about it. There's TED Talks on it. The World Economic Forum openly talks about it. You can observe the things that are happening. Tons of people are talking about it. It's out in the open. You guys, we sort of got to point at this and say, yeah, there's an organized invasion happening of Western countries for whatever reason. I think the reason is the old cloud pyramid strategy to stress all of the welfare systems until everything ultimately collapses, then usher in some sort of authoritarian Marxist style regime. But, that's just me getting tinfoily, right? I mean, there's no evidence to support anything I just said, right? The exact same thing is happening in all these different countries.
Just around the corner from the government buildings.
Right around the corner from the government buildings, just like San Francisco. Let's keep going here. So this is in France. You are not safe even in your own home. We need mass expulsions. This is from Radio Genoa. So France, exact same thing. So there's just migrants like forming gangs and getting in fights with each other on the streets. Oh, they were throwing stuff at windows there. So that's France. You guys want to go to France? Unreal. Okay. I did it again, didn't I? Jesus. All right. You guys probably getting tired of me just playing nothing and staring at a screen. Let's play this again. So you can see they're attacking the guy in the window, and they're attacking this front door here. They're attacking people in their homes. So the guy's window's broken now. Okie dokie. We'll keep going here. We'll hop over to. Oh, this is still France here. So this is under an overpass in France. Looks like Seattle or LA or Portland or San Francisco. Exact same thing happening everywhere. What do you got here? All right, let's hop over to London. So you got same kind of scenes happening over in London. Funny how they come out today and say there's a big old national security threat from Russian space lasers or whatever. That, I mean, Putin did just interview with Tucker and talk about how his hypersonic weapons can't be stopped, but they're talking about space weapons or whatever. The biggest threat to national security right now is our wide open border and anybody that can come here, anybody that wants to come here. You're going to start seeing this in towns near you if you're not already. But this is out of Pennsylvania.
Police are starting to notice a new trend. Recently, they have been busting groups that are stealing large quantities of merchandise, and they say the suspects are in the country illegally. The latest theft unfolded at this Ulta on February 1st. We've obtained video from inside the store that shows two men walk inside.
V1800, the most popular baby name in England is Muhammad. I think that was in Ireland, but yes, I saw that too. Yeah, Pete Grabber, you want to go exempt on your taxes in March? Nobody's stopping you, bro. It's not illegal to go exempt on your taxes. You can check the exempt box. It's you just still have to pay your taxes at the end of the year, according to them. Well, have them show you the law where it says that. I'm not telling you not to pay your taxes, but I'm just saying that if you went exempt on your taxes and you calculate, you just put that money aside and then do your taxes at the end of the year, they'll tell you how much you owe. It's not illegal to do that. It's the fact that taxes come out of everybody's paycheck before you see it is the biggest freaking fraud of all of it. Because if people got the money and then they had to pay the taxes, there would be so much more argument about how much people pay in taxes, because they would have to fork over the money quarterly or whatever for their income. Then they're just like, wait, I'm paying taxes every time I eat. And then the people that I buy from are paying taxes on that same money. Wait, every single time a dollar changes hands, we're paying taxes. More people would pay attention to it a lot if it wasn't coming directly out of your paycheck. Sorry, I got squirreled.
Both with distinct white patches hanging from their back pockets.
Two males come in.
Police say they helped steal $2,000 worth of merchandise. They were identified as Albert Turalba Jordan and Caviar Gilarte Campos, both from Venezuela, and police say both entered the U.S. illegally.
They're taking advantage of, coming to the United States and committing these crimes and being able to disappear to some degree.
West Whiteland Police Detective Scott Pizek.
I mean, why are we even calling it entering the country illegally anymore? The Border Patrol aren't even Border Patrol anymore. They're just processing agents. We have sanctuary cities, sanctuary states. You can become cops if you're an illegal immigrant. Yeah. Fact check me. DACA recipients have recently become cops. You don't need to be a United States citizen to be a San Francisco police officer. You don't. You have to be legally allowed to work, whatever that means. Pretty sure you can be an illegal immigrant and become a San Francisco police officer. Pretty sure. Fact check me. Why do we even call it entering the country illegally anymore? With all of the policies that we have in place in sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, we don't have a border. We don't. We have this partition that anybody can come through. We just process them and we give them everything. So if you come here illegally, it is a socialist country. It's just, I guess the people that are still pretending this is a capitalist system are the ones paying for all of it. It's just interesting. It's funny. It's just the whole dichotomy.
Has noticed a trend in recent months. He's identified at least 3 of these groups where the suspects crossed the border illegally.
Over the last few months, we've had what we call South American theft groups.
The United States saw a surge of illegal crossings at the U.S. southern border, hitting record highs in December before falling a bit in January. Even though the border is nearly 2,000 miles away, police say it's having an impact here. In June, this man was caught on surveillance at Kohl's in Exton. Police say he stole $17,000 worth of merchandise. The Peruvian national was arrested and deported in the fall, but he's
back. Yeah, they make it so easy to come back. It's you can't even start having like a border solution, like a physical border solution, like a wall or anything. You can't even start talking about that until you get rid of the incentive structure that's bringing everyone here. That, first of all, and then you address the situation of, all right, who's organizing all of this? And if it is the United Nations, I mean, if it could be definitively proven that the United Nations is behind all of this, sending tons of people here, that's a wrap, folks. No more funding for the United. We're out of the UN. U.S. out. Like all involvement with the United Nations. We're done. If Trump gets that, that's what Trump should say too. Trump should get his people on it to definitively prove that the United Nations is organizing mass migration, mass illegal immigration into the United States. If Trump can prove that and then say, yeah, we're out. We are out of the United Nations. If I'm back in office, I mean, it really looks like that's the situation too, that this whole thing is being organized by the United Nations. Muckraker.com is doing a lot of good work on this. You guys should go check it out. But we'll continue with the whole illegal immigrant situation. So let's go over to Chicago. This is from 16th and 17th District Chicago Police Scanner. So they are saying this appears to be a bona fide via don't waste my time on Instagram. Oh, okay. Bye. Okay. So this is from this person. The video is from this person on Instagram. Multiple migrants broke into a home that is being rehabbed on Chicago's south side. So it's all boarded up, but it looks like a ton of migrants just broke into this place and started occupying this home.
Yeah, look, they the fuck just got up in there. They just got up in there. Hell no. Damn, they just got up in there. This don't make no fucking sense.
The commentary is great.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, looks like they took that place over. See how long that lasts. Wait, was I even... Okay, good. I was actually sharing that with you guys. I've been blowing it tonight. Ooh. God, sorry. All right, headphone warning on this next one. This is from This is from Fox News. So that one of the kids that attacked the cops, the New York City police officers, the illegal immigrants, they keep calling them migrants. The illegal immigrants that attacked the New York City police officers and then fled to California. Well, I guess one of them got busted for shoplifting.
Fox News alert now, breaking news. This is brand new video of the suspect in that NYPD officer beating. He was just arrested in a separate Macy's robbery case, suspected of being involved in a security guard beatdown.
Oh.
The security guard outside Macy's was punched and kicked. Darwin Gomez was one of those beating suspects a judge initially freed without bail after the beating of 2 NYPD police officers in Times Square earlier this month. Fox News alert.
Okay, so this is old. It's something that happened before he beat cops. Unreal. Okay. It's just everything is so ridiculous. This is from Wall Street Apes. This is where is this? Okay, this is out of New York. So this is a public park, and this guy's going up to these cops and he's like, "Hey, I want to access this public park that my tax dollars pay for," and the cops won't let him in. Oh, I'm sorry, this is San Antonio. So, I mean, I think the guy's in the right. This is public property. It's a public park. They're just taking over. And I mean, these two little bootlicker cops. I mean, look at these two as well. It genuinely bothers me when cops are super out of shape. It really bugs me because it's like you're supposed to be an authoritative figure and you're not. Like the only thing you have to enforce your will is your gun. You're not an imposing figure at all. You're out of shape. Just like this little guy in the beanie. But what are you doing? You're in the wrong here. You're supposed to protect and serve the public, right? Well, you're taking away a public park. Like these guys are in the wrong. It's as the state becomes more authoritarian, cops that consider themselves good cops that want to be on the side of the people, they're slowly going to be weeded out. Good cops that want to protect and defend the Constitution, all that kind of stuff. Then you're going to get left with nothing but authoritarian bootlickers that are just going to collect their paycheck and do whatever their bosses tell them to do. This is how you end up with a super authoritarian society. And these cops, like they're not questioning whether they're wrong or not. It's just, no, this is the way it is. You guys might get annoyed by these auditor type guys that go around and like seems like they're just looking for trouble, but this dude is 100% in the right. They're taking over public taxpayer funded areas and they're giving them to illegal immigrants. These cops know they're in the wrong. You could tell by their body language and how they don't have anything to say in defense of what he's saying. And well, let's keep watching. Can you see like he's having like the error 404 thing happen in his mind right there. No, you can't come into the taxpayer funded public park, but they can because he says migrants, but they're illegal immigrants. They have access. He doesn't. This is insane. That annoys me. All right. Last video of the evening. It's just a real quick one. It's like 30 seconds, but this is from Mario Narwhals. Breaking 4,344% increase of Chinese immigrants at the U.S. border. Oops. Let's see. Oh, did I do it again, you guys? Let's see here. I think I did, huh? Did I? Oh, man. All right. I guess I screwed up that last one, huh? Sorry. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Well, that was just a video of a guy trying to access a public facility. It looked like a park, but it was just a parking lot. But they had all these tents set up, and the cops wouldn't let him in. The cops wouldn't let him in. As he's trying to get in, illegal immigrants come up, and they let them right in. And then he says, "Oh, okay, I can come in here." And then they won't let him. And then the explanation is, "Oh, well, they're illegal immigrants." And that's why they get into the taxpayer funded facility. I apologize, guys. I'm having an off night. So, all right. Well, we'll jump over. This is the last video I'll play. Yeah, I'm not going to replay the video. That's basically what it was. It's two cops standing there. It's like this big facility. The guy tries to get in and gain access. He's like one of those auditor guys with the camera. Says, I hold public officials accountable, all that kind of thing. The cops won't let him in. He's like, this is public property. This is a public facility. He's like, you're not allowed in. And they allow illegal immigrants in there, and they wouldn't let him in. That's it. That's the only thing. All right. I apologize, guys. So 4,300% increase of Chinese immigrants. Just yesterday, the San Diego Border Patrol arrested 269 Chinese nationals who crossed illegally. There have been over 20,000 Chinese nationals encountered by Border Patrol so far this year. In all of 2021, and only 450 Chinese nationals were encountered. 20,000. Insane. So check it out.
China. From China? You speak English? Anyone speak English? China. You speak English? No English.
It's all China. It's all China. China. It's all China. Come to America. A whole line of people.
Very interesting, isn't it? So it's not just China either. You're seeing tons of people coming over from Middle Eastern countries. You're seeing people come over from all over, from Haiti, from everywhere. It's people that have come here from Mexico legally and become citizens should be irate about all of this. They should be the most mad. It's sort of similar how the people that got tricked into taking the vaccine should be the most mad, but for some reason they just aren't. All right, folks. I guess that is all I got for the evening. I believe BCISO DMV is less pleasant than this border crossing. Yeah, I would agree. All right, folks. Sorry, I had an off night tonight. I apologize. I greatly apologize for not sharing videos and all that kind of stuff. I guess my head was maybe a little bit in the clouds tonight. All right. Well, that is all I got for this evening. I will be back tomorrow, I believe, at 6:30. I haven't checked my calendar. Make sure I don't have any sort of engagement tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Wally World, B Sizzo, Pete Grabber, Terry Wallace, 1800. All you guys. Danger. Saw you in there somewhere. There it is. Lots of people can't pay, so they bring drugs over for the cartels as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, yeah, all sorts of insane stuff happening at the border. All right, folks, before we get out of here, you know how we do it. Gonna tell a joke from the greatest book ever written, The Truth About Chuck Norris. What do we have this evening? Let's see here. All right, folks. Okay, I'm glad I didn't read that because that was a dumb one. I'm gonna hope this one's gonna be good here. So here we go. Chuck Norris joke of the evening. That's what we got. Damn it. All right. Maybe I should have pre-screened it, but I'm going with it. Chuck Norris's damn it. Chuck Norris's penis has its own zip code. At Christmas time, it gets more mail than Santa Claus. And on that note, folks, stay Cali-based.